Hello everyone, it's Mackenzie here with another episode of Shelf Life. And this month we have Miss Emily, who works in our administration department here at the Hall County Library's downtown Gainesville branch. And this month she's going to be sharing a little bit about Anita de Monte Laughs Last. So join us as we hear a little bit about why this book is her choice and why she wanted to read it.
I am currently reading Anita de Monte Laughs Last by Xochitl Gonzalez. What first drew me to this book was the colors, to be honest. I loved how bright it was. And when I found out it was about the art world, that was what really inspired me to read it. Mainly the power structure in the art world. Anita is an artist. She is young, she is really creative, and her art is really critically acclaimed on a low level. Her husband, though, is a more established artist. He's well loved, he's considered a living legend, and people usually see him and talk to him instead of Anita, and she does not like that. So this book really makes me examine how women are treated, especially in the art world, in a very elitist society where you don't always get to decide who is remembered and who is considered a legend based on their work. Yes, there is a particular passage for sure. When Anita first meets her husband, it's at her first showing, and he's on a panel that is going to be discussing not only her work, but the work of women in general in art. So he's on stage with a bunch of other people, and he is saying things Anita doesn't agree with. She thinks they are being very blasé, they are being very elitist in how they're viewing her artwork. So as an audience member, she stands up and questions them about that, and she doesn't like their answers, so she starts to argue back. And when this happens, she notices everyone around her looks really embarrassed, so she sits down and she's embarrassed too, but not because she stood up and made a scene, but because nobody had the courage to stand up with her and say she had a right to defend her art. Ooh, that's a really great question. I think I would definitely want to have dinner with Raquel, who is another character in this book. Raquel is a college student who is kind of finding her way in the world, and I really like her perspective on what it's like to be an outsider as well. Absolutely not. I think it's a horrible world to be in. It's real life, but it is also a world where you always have to be on your guard, because everyone who's talking to you has ulterior motives, and nobody seems to have anybody else's best interest at heart. Oh, I love it because it's a real page turner. It has a mystery to it. You don't know how it's going to end. You hear these two women, Raquel and Anita, telling their stories, and they both have kind of cliffhanger conclusions to them. But it also just gives you maybe a view of a world you've never experienced before.
A big thank you to Miss Emily for sharing a little bit about Anita de Monte Laughs Last. If you enjoyed that book and want to read it, you can find it at any of our Hall County Library locations. And don't forget to tune in next month for another look at one of our staff members' shelves on Shelf Life.